Saving Raid Shadow Legends. What do we need to do to save this game? We're going to talk about old Raid Shadow Legends for the last 2 years, all the way up until now. We're going to go over everything they need to do to make this game better, and then we'll talk about the new stuff that's going on right now, because if they had everything fixed, all of our worries and quality of life and concerns fixed, then this new kind of stuff that's coming up would not be that big of a deal. A lot of you agreed with me on my last video, but there are a lot of people who also say I bitch and complain to find another game. There is no other game out there that has the D&D Warhammer Fantasy look to it. They're all anime. All the other games that I've actually played quite a lot for many years, they are all anime. If there was another game out here that looked like Raid Shadow Legends, that was a turn-based gacha game, we would have all tried it by now. Don't lie to me. You would have tried it as well, and then you would have picked your side. Either I play Raid or I play this other game, or you play both at the same time, which is perfectly fine. I have no option to play any other game that looks like this. I have poured my heart and soul into this game, and I want it better. We deserve this game to be better. We have all accumulatively put in enough money for this game to definitely be better, because there are other games out there that make far less that do way more. That's all we want from it. And if we go back in history when this game came out 2 years ago, the coding was so bad in this game that they just could not bring anything into it. They could not fix it. They couldn't bring anything new into the game. And that was for a year and a half. So for about a half a year now, we've had the opportunity to get a decent game to where they can actually include things into the game without breaking it. So that's a big plus. But there's been a lot of hurdles going through the last 2 years. It took us as content creators, every single content creator out there, for 1 full year when this game was released, to make it so on the clan boss, we could have a full clan. Before, we'd only have a clan. Once your clan killed this meter right here, it was never infinity like this. We would kill the clan boss. It would take about 12 to 13 to 15 members to do that, and nobody else would be able to attack that clan boss. It took everyone, every single content creator, 1 full year of making videos and in content creator chat, like me, screaming our heads off because we couldn't keep people in our clans. And they told us they cannot do it. They cannot fix it. It's never going to happen. And then eventually they did. That's just to give you a little clue about what's going on with this company. And when I talk to you about Swift Parry not being good for the game, that's not StewGaming saying that. That's everybody, well, the majority of everybody I know who does in-game Platinum Arena. Top 30, top 10, top 5, all those players up there have told me that Swift Parry is not good and healthy for the game. And they've all got Swift Parry. They've been using it. They know what it's all about. I've seen it as well, and I knew as soon as it comes out, nobody likes to win or lose off of RNG. It's not healthy for the game. So there's a lot of things we can include to this game, that we can introduce to this game, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be healthy for it. But in the eyes of the developers, these guys, they obviously think it is, because we've asked them, just like we asked them about the clan boss for a full year, can we lower the proc rate on Swift Parry? All this kind of stuff is asked in content creator. Everything that I want to go over with you that would be quality of life fixes that should already be in the game before we move forward are things that we've talked about since their conception, since they've been out, that we've asked them to change. And they don't care. They don't listen to us. They're not worried about what we think. And that's very frustrating. It's frustrating for all of us out there because, again, we love this game and we want it to be an amazing game. Let's go over a few of these things really quickly. Arena reset leaderboards. Why don't we have over here in Arena, when it resets, we see the top 300? That should be here on tiers or something. We click here and we can see who got first through 300 every single week, and it will reset. Like if I click a button here, I just start scrolling through 300 and it resets at the end of the week. Where are the leaderboards? Leaderboards are great. That's why this new leaderboard for the clan boss thing that I'm bitching about is repetitive, yes, but again, it's leaderboards, and I've been asking for leaderboards in any and everything in this game since all this stuff came out. We need a leaderboard to see the top 300 every time Arena Reset goes through. That way we can have some recognition, we can actually see what's going on, and it promotes competition. Artifact sorting, ascending, descending, rank, and rarity. So artifact sorting came out a long time ago, and of course I was the first one to bitch and complain that they didn't have any kind of sorting in here. Sure, I can go in here and look for an artifact. I can tell it that I want speed substats, but then it just gives me speeds. It should be ascending, descending, and then I should be able to sort from rarity and rank. Right now, you guys might use a third-party application to do that, to help you out with it. Should not be necessary. And in the beginning, when you make something like this, you don't make it and then have to keep going back and fixing it. They knew when they made this, because there are other games out there that I play that have this, that they should have done that in the first place. That would have been the smartest thing to do when they implemented this, or at least fixed it by now. We got a wardrobe, which with the wardrobe, if we have ascending, descending, rank, rarity, all of that, it would make it very easy then to pick whatever we need to come up. Like if I say speed and crit rate, this one would be the best speed with the second best crit rate. This one would be the second best speed with the second best crit rate, and on and on. Instead, it's all over the place. Preset teams. Now, when we go in here, this is a very easy one. A lot of games have it. When we go into battle, we should have preset teams. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here or up here, and we go in there and we can save our options. And then when I click 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, it populates the teams I had saved. We can do this in every aspect of the game. It's a really good feature to have. Dupe system. People have been asking for a dupe system for a very long time, and at first I didn't really care. Usually a dupe system comes much further in the life cycle of a game like this. But honestly, at this point in the game, it's been a full 2 years. It was live on a live alpha before that global release. So really, it's been alive for about 2.5 years. That live alpha release, you could still buy everything. You could still pay everything. It didn't wipe. So when global came out, it had still been around all that time. So 2.5 years of this game being out and us having all these champions and so many dupes, so many whales, I think now it is time. It's time to have a legitimate dupe system. Balancing. It's a huge thing in these types of games. You need to balance at least once every 4 months. I would say once every 4 months is perfect. You don't need to be sooner than that, but this game does not do that. They don't balance hardly ever. And when they do balance, it's very few champions, and a lot of times it's not even worthwhile. Like what they did didn't even make sense. It didn't care. It didn't matter. And then since a few didn't matter, a few didn't even make sense, there weren't that many to start with, it really didn't feel like balancing at all. You want to balance. You want a small power creep as new champions come out, and you want to balance the old ones, because really when you have these every 4 months balancing, it's like a brand new patch. People get really excited to see what these older champions can do now, and if new things can be brought into the meta. Defense sorting. Whenever we go in here on defense, remember, everything I'm saying right now has been asked in content creator chat since the beginning of time, since it came out, since we heard about it, since Platinum Arena, since artifact sorting, over and over and over again. And we as content creators and moderators out there are the closest thing we have. I mean, who else can get the community's feelings to them and what they want? Who else can do that but us? And if we can't reach them, then I don't know how we're going to reach them. I don't know how we can get them. But whenever we go to defense sorting, either 3v3 or through here, when we go to defense, yes, I understand it needs to be in here, but we have no sorting options. There's no filters here. You see I've got like a level 60s. It'll show me a level 50 every once in a while. We've got some other level 60 thrown in here. And we've got this one that's not even fully ascended, 1 star. There are no defense sorting. Same thing when you go through 3v3. It's pretty irritating. Free artifact removal 1 weekend every month. Now, I'm stealing this from Summoner's Wars. It was a great thing to do there. Basically, the first weekend of every month, we could come in here on a Saturday and Sunday and move around artifacts at no cost whatsoever. That means I got like a spreadsheet. I knew that the weekend was coming up. Who did I want to transfer gear from and try things out? Or you could just test things out all day long, and then you could eventually put it on whoever you wanted to do. It was a really good thing to have. It's the first weekend of every month, free artifact removal. I think that would be fantastic. A search bar for champions. If they just had it, like if I could click on this right now and start typing ARB, A-R-B, and it just showed me Arbiter, that would be so nice. I'm telling you right now, it's just those quality of life features that would make the game so much better. I know it's kind of nitpicking a little bit, but we have a lot of champions. Yes, we're going to have symbols soon to where we could put symbols. But if I want to type in cold and all the cold hearts come up, then I think that's a really good feature to have because we have a lot of champions. It's really hard to find some of them sometimes. Faster upgrades on artifacts. We have a third-party software to do this, just like we do with the artifact sorting. It should be in here. We should have this for artifact upgrades. It's called Riva Tuner. I use it. I did a video on it. Everybody out there, this is from like a month ago. You should all be using it if you're on the PC client. It'll make you level your artifacts so quick. That's how the bar goes, and you level it all the way up. So instead of us using these third-party software, make it quicker to level up artifacts. That'd be a great quality of life. Make over the Tavern. This one has been asked for the last 2 years, to make over this Tavern. Why should I only be allowed to put 6 in here? Why should I only be allowed to put 6 brews? Let me do a slider to like, well, however many brews I have. If I can make this guy to go to level 50 immediately, make him go to level 50. Pretty easy thing to do for them. I think they just, again, They don't care what we think. They want to stick to their way of making money, and that's all they're concerned about. Mercy system, a visible mercy system. Since we already know that internally it's already in there, the information's there, so they could have a mercy system right here, and right here for each of the rarity, and it would be perfect. You'd see where you're at with your mercy system. 10 void pools. I'm glad we're here. Yes, get the ability to pull 10 voids. We can do it on ancients. How hard would it be to implement over here to voids? Now, this is the big one for me, and this is what I would do if I owned the company right now with all those other things I talked about, is make 3v3 arena totally different. The reason why they have forced us to do 10 battles, and I just did my 10 because I forgot to do my 10 last week. I only did like 9 or 8. They're forcing us to do more battles so we get these bars because nobody is participating in 3v3. Another thing with 3v3 is more leaderboards. We need leaderboards to see who is actually the top. Who wins these 3v3 battles every week? I don't know. I don't even know who's in here right now. But those leaderboards would promote competition, which promotes spending, which is better for everybody all around. And all I do is I get my free ones and I get these two right here. I get these 2 accessories right there. There's a lot we could talk about the bazaar, how I fully believe you should all have access to almost everything in here because it's such a long cooldown. And it takes a lot of bars no matter where you're at, but we'll leave that for another time. I would rework this whole entire system. This should be 3 groups of 3 or 2 groups of 5, or maybe we tag people in and out, like there's 2 teams, but then we sub people in and out as we're playing on the fly to make it like a real tag team. But anytime you copy some other arena that's already in the game, nobody wants to do this. Nobody, even the top end people, don't care about doing this. It's very boring because I like Platinum Arena. I do. But I don't like coming over here and doing the same Platinum Arena in the same exact format. It's just not fun to do for me. The only reason why people do this is because they want items in the bazaar. And I don't even do it because the only items I want in the bazaar are these 2 accessories and they're cheap. So they need to. Like if I had control over this, I would 100% revamp this. And they can go back and revamp it. They definitely can. And it would make the game so much better. Since now we're going to get clan battles that aren't like real clan battles. We're not really pitted against each other in this kind of format. We're just doing the regular stuff we do every day. And when people said, well, what if the tournaments don't coincide with current tournaments or fusions that are going on right then? Say the fusion tells you to farm spider to get enough spider runs to get a fusion fragment, but your clan versus clan is telling you to farm dragon. So then what are you going to do? They don't even match with each other. Those are some things that we could run into. We're going to have leaderboards for that. We're going to have the new accessories. I'm not opposed to that. I am not opposed to these things. The problem is this game needs to get on it. The Doom Tower is amazing. It needs to rotate. Hopefully it's going to rotate next month. But the company needs to get on top of everything that they're doing here. Otherwise, we're just going to add everything that they're doing right now onto this list that needs to be improved. We're just going to be adding to this list in 6 months from now. And a year from now, when everybody has all these accessories, the one that you 25% chance to critical hit on the first round of every round, everybody's going to have those eventually. And then we're going to be at the place we are right now where Swift Parry is not healthy for the game. Nobody in the top likes Swift Parry, so it's not beneficial for us. Why is it even in here? And they won't do anything about it. And they won't consult us either. We've offered them all our loving free time, all the time in the world to go play test anything or get any ideas from us. They will not consult us with anything that has to do with this game. They just absolutely will not. All we know is the same information as you as soon as it comes out. And by then we're just like, holy crap, what's going on here? But those are the changes I would make to the game as soon as possible to get caught up. And then when they come out with ideas like this, it's not such a blow. Okay, we're going to get leaderboards. It's not new content. We're doing the same thing that we always do. You know, whoever can go through Dragon the most or regular arena tournaments and whatnot. It's not new content, but we're okay with it because it is something in the game that we didn't have before, right? The leaderboards are cool. Leaderboards are always fun, and it will promote competition. Of course, it's going to do more spending, which is what they want to make more money. That's fine. We give them all our money. Take all our money. Get it all. But make the game better for all of us. Please let me know what you thought about this video. I hope it wasn't too bitchy. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys all in a video soon.